And I believe I'm live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday, your monthly dose of self-care, which I've conveniently put a work in progress definition of in the description below. I'm so excited to be here with y'all. I am going to pull up the chat. Oh my god. Hello, everybody. Gary. Brendholt. Natalia C. The font is very small. One second, I'm going to make it a little bigger. Hide admin things. So glad that screen wasn't playing for you guys. It is so great to see you all here. Eve Sarkadi, Raging Artist, Benjamin Theodore, welcome one and all. It's great to have you here. Atypical Angel, lovely to see you. Welcome. Please do excuse that strange tone. I promise that it's here for a reason. Well, maybe that's a little loud. Oh, boy. But yes, I'm learning music. And so this is part of the learning process. I make strange tones because I think I have too many wires plugged in. And they're too close to electrical sources. And, yeah, physics is crazy. This is Self-Care Sunday. It's a monthly stream that I do on the first Sunday of every month where we just do something for ourselves. Me, I like to play music and make noise. So that's what I'll mostly be doing today. Y'all seem to enjoy chatting with one another, which has been a delight to see. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd also share today's Book of Life meditation. I've been doing a daily podcast called Focused AF, where I bring one of these here little things. Gary Brenhold asks if I remember one of my greatest success failures. Get over here, you big lug. Oh yeah, I remember that. That was a great time in Canada. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that daily meditation show, that is focused.af. And to give you a taste of what that's like, I thought I would start today with today's daily meditation. There's one page in this for every day. I got permission from the publisher to read it, excerpt by excerpt. And let's see. We're in March. Happy March 1st, everybody. It's a new month in a new decade. It's all happening. For context of the get over here, you big lug, it's a video that is still on my channel, even though I hid all my videos. I think you can find it in a playlist. Maybe the vlog playlist. I'm not entirely sure. But it's ridiculous. It's part vlog, part just weird Wolf 359 crack fic. I think that's what the kids call it these days. But yeah, today is a free mind has humility. And this whole month, March, is about dependence, attachment, relationship, and fear. Each month sort of has a different theme. The first month, and for people who are going to the podcast feed, I recommend starting with the first one. Listen with ease, and that whole month is listening, learning, authority, and self-knowledge. Without further ado, a free mind has humility. Have you ever gone into the question of psychological dependence? If you go into it very deeply, you will find that most of us are terribly lonely. Most of us have such shallow, empty minds. Most of us do not know what love means. So out of that loneliness, out of that insufficiency, out of the privation of life, we are attached to something, attached to the family. We depend upon it. And when the wife or the husband turns away from us, we are jealous. Jealousy is not love, but the love which society acknowledges in the family is made respectable. That is another form of defense, another form of escape from ourselves. So every form of resistance breeds dependence, and a mind that is dependent can never be free. You need to be free because you will see that a mind that is free has the essence of humility. Such a mind which is free and therefore has humility can learn, not a mind that resists. Learning is an extraordinary thing. To learn, not to accumulate knowledge. Accumulating knowledge is quite a different thing. What we call knowledge is comparatively easy because that is a movement from the known to the known. But to learn is a movement from the known to the unknown. You only learn like that, do you not? Now, I'm curious how this sounds to y'all. I feel like I've had my head so deep in this book and generally down the wormhole of Jiddu Krishnamurti for the past couple of years. And I feel like the language here can be a little bit, can feel inaccessible. And I don't know, I think this has some context to the previous meditation, so there's a benefit, but I also think you can sort of take it page by page. Oh, damn. Awesome, Livy. Welcome for your first time to the stream. It's great to have you here. I love the distinctions that this dude makes. Jealousy distinct from love. Dependence distinct from love. Learning distinct from knowledge. I think that one has definitely sort of resonated in my life, especially as I've been spending more time acquiring knowledge about music and then learning. I don't know, I think you could say through self-expression. Those are very different things. I can't learn anywhere how to be more me in my music, but I can learn chords and I can learn rhythm and, the mechanic, sort of memorizing and practicing. Acquiring knowledge versus learning. I feel like I've gotten a lot out of separating those out. I don't know. I'm just curious if you guys end up getting to this podcast, what you make of it, and I hope you enjoyed that. Figure could take a couple deep breaths together, maybe get a little stretch in. Oh. And I'm curious where everybody's coming in from. I'm curious what has been a top-of-mind thought, or anything you guys want me to think about while we maybe make some sweet beats. I also have some very exciting news, and that is that I have started a new part-time job. I'm going to be making a daily podcast for a news company called The Outline. And I started last Thursday, and we hit the ground running this week. And I'll share more on it on Twitter as there is more to share. Without further ado, I bring to you whoops. I gotta clear that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Uh-oh. 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 Jake Nichols.
Jake Nichols. Jake Nichols. Jake Nichols.
Take it easy, brother. I hope you see it through. Let's see. Slowly, slowly. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. 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 Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. 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 Bum bum bum. I'm not that good at this yet. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum. Dang it. There's some incredible people here on YouTube that I am just like shamelessly copying and trying to do something cool with, but I'm enjoying it. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Dang it. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. 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 Oh yeah. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Oh yeah. Bum bum bum. That's right. Bum bum bum. Bum bum. Hey. Is that working? Oh, I see. Bum bum. That's the delay I want. That's the delay I want. That's the delay I want. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. 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 That sound is like a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. I'm slowly but surely discovering what is possible in the intersection of music and technology, and I appreciate y'all tuning in to I don't know, share in this experiment. I'm curious what all of you might be experimenting with, creatively or otherwise. Um, and yeah, I don't know. Um, Seeing a lot of howdies in the chat. We got the Penguin, which is just cute, like that. Shooting Star Neo, Tree Kid. Oh hey, I can neither confirm nor deny slapping took place, but I appreciate the sentiment. Um, so yeah, I can sort of move forward in the timeline and maybe try something a little different. Uh oh, somebody's lagging. Martin Andrew Muldung. Hi, bro. Um, yeah, there's some people who do some amazing shit with loopers on YouTube, and I got jealous. I may have made that not work. Yeah, that delay is too much. Too much. Whoops. Gotta get that first loop right. There we go. No. That's the opposite of what I wanted. Oh boy. Good evening from the Philippines. That's pretty dope. Tree Kid's getting into knitting, back into knitting, making a blanket, and painting. Sounds like a lovely way to spend some time. Whew. Oh boy. That was fun. Oh, let's see. I think that is the theme. Hashtag space sounds. Um, somebody's LARPing? That sounds fun. Wow. So Crystal Tiny Falcon, was that like D&D? Was it a different system? I'm new to these things, but I'm learning. Or I guess acquiring knowledge, whatever. I am no bloody. Oi, 5 in the morning. Where in the world are you? Also, I'm sorry you can't sleep, but also welcome. Um, Tree Kid. Oh, we saw that. We're back. We're caught up. Shooting Star Neo. I spent most Saturdays trying the. Aww. That's really sweet. I would love to see those. If you tweet them at me, I will see them at Zach Valenti. I have the guitar that I found on Craigslist for less money than getting anything new. I got the guitar and the amp for a steal. It is an Epiphone, Les Paul sort of shape. I don't know very much about guitars. I just needed something that I could run through a bunch of pedals to sound freaky. That's very sweet. Have you ever tried pitching things up or down? Yes. And I have a very sensitive expression pedal, and it can only control one thing at a time. And I found that pitch is a little bit not like I haven't found something great to do with it. It doesn't like give me a lot of room to kind of do it subtly. So I've been using it on this delay, and that's been giving me some good results. Whoa, that sounds amazing, Crystal Tiny Falcon. Live action role plays are acting it out and doing it all in a hostel in the Highlands in Scotland. And you had a lot of snow. That sounds dope. Shooting Star Neo, you did tag me in that photo. Did I see it already? You should show it to me again, and everybody should go look at it because it's probably great. But I have a terrible memory, and I also see a lot of things. Interesting. Jake Nichols. Talk to me about this modification. That was not a thing that I was terribly aware of. But oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'd sure like to figure out that. So yes, I have an expression pedal. So you hear that delay. Time. So if I move the pedal closer, it makes the time between the repetitions less and less until it's all just one. So yeah, that is how the expression pedal is being used. So we have time for a few more songs. And if anybody has any questions, I feel like I only have technical answers. So I may not actually be able to answer your question. But it's a fun game to play. There we go. I want to redo that. I want to redo that. Ah, I see what's happening.
I see what's happening.
I'm just gonna take the delay off.
I'm just gonna.
There's a reason I start with the beat. That delay really messes with my ability to count. I don't really have rhythm. I just feel like I have melody, but acquiring knowledge and such. Welcome, Steph. Welcome, Steph. Welcome, Steph. To Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday. Self-Care Sunday. You're right on time. You're right on time. This party is not late. It's Self-Care Sunday. So make a plate. Make a plate of something delicious. Something delicious and nutritious. And nutritious. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sometimes I read some poetry. Doesn't seem to be the biggest hit, so I'm just sticking with the thing that I enjoy the most. What are you listening to? Gnarly space music. Yeah. It sounds like someone's worried. You know? Oh, wow. I feel like worry is very relatable. Did I just imagine that sound? That sounded like music. Let's see what poetry. Poetry.org? I forget which one. Poetryfoundation.org. I'll take a look. I'll see if I find anything worth ending on. Yeah. That's very fun. Let's see here. Okay, this used to just be more poetry than other things, but now it's like blog posts and stuff. Huh. I usually search for cat poems. Please make a request for a poem. That would help me a lot. I really don't want to choose right now. Natalia C. to the rescue. Copy paste a link. Please make sure it's not hate speech. Ooh. That's very cool. 6099. I'm sure that I feel like you've helped me pronounce that in the past and I just keep screwing it up. My apologies. Eve Sarkati asks, "Hey Zach, hey Eve, do you have any advice for writing a story with someone who has a different writing style than you? Me and a friend are trying to figure out how to navigate writing our story." So, I think the challenge in answering, well, so it's not, I think I have some analogous experience that you might be able to mine for usefulness. I don't have any direct advice because everybody's different and every story is different. And that said, there are probably some principles in writing a story that can help make collaborating easier if you kind of have some agreement on fundamentals. Like if you're writing a comedy feature screenplay, there's some like ballpark, template numbers you want to hit of page length and act structures and that kind of a thing. But as far as like, so yeah, I don't know if what I've said so far prompts a more specific question. Please throw that in there. I think being able to really bring it with your collaborator in the sense of like not mincing words, like feeling safe that you can kind of express your opinion, then also inviting that frankness back. But then also like not letting being frank become being mean and dismissive. So there's like, I think some like basics and creating that rapport with each other that the work can sort of come through. And so I think I would just get really clear about what story you want to tell and then be willing to let go of parts to, what's that ever important word in relationships? Compromise with your partner. And I personally have found the rules of improv, the primary rule of yes and, to be very helpful in these sorts of situations. Sort of never throwing out immediately what anybody has to say, and also adding to it. But then also, you do have to kill your darlings at a certain point when you're writing a story. I hope that was helpful, and if you have more, we can go into it in more depth. Tree Kid asks, maybe not a good question, we'll see. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad question. That's just me. But I've recently put my foot down about being trans with my mom, but or he, she refuses to listen and understand. How do I move forward in this battle with her? At the end of the day, I think we unfortunately can't change our parents, and given where she's at now, there's a reality that she may never change her opinion, and that is a tricky situation because you want to be validated in what you know to be true, and to not get the validation from the parent, I've found in my own life and my own scenarios to be devastating. And then, I think that doesn't mean you have to give up on her, because people do change, I believe, and I do think that we're in a cultural transition now that is probably going to take some amount of time, probably in the span of years, to normalize transgenderism, as something that is a natural phenomenon in our world. I think this is making some sense, and I don't know how old you are, if you're in a scenario where you're still living at home or dependent, that can really cause problems. I know there's like a disproportionate percentage of homeless youth are LGBT, and, T being so. For people who don't know, lesbian, gay, bi, trans, uh, LGBTQI, queer questioning, intersex, asexual, and then there's plus. We got a whole alphabet, baby. But yeah, it's I wish I had uh, you know I wish I had a better sort of magic bullet, um, and I think I will point to what is his name, Dan Savage of the Savage Love Cast. If you're not living at home, if you're not dependent, if you're not in that situation, um, you ultimately control your presence around your parents, and and I think that boundaries are important, and so if you're not getting the acknowledgement that you need so that you feel safe in the relationship, um, you know, um, I think you'll make the decision you need to make when the time comes. As far as like, I appreciate your invite to Thanksgiving. Uh, I don't feel welcome for the reasons that we've discussed, and if you'd like to have a conversation about it, we can have a conversation about it. And really, I'd love to have the conversation because it sounds like your relationship with your mom is important to you, and I think that's important to acknowledge, because I think if you didn't care, maybe you wouldn't care to have the battle. Um, and then the challenge with having a battle is leaving scorched earth and trying to avoid that. If because you want, this metaphor is getting all over the place. You want that fertile soil to grow the relationship. So I wish I had better advice. I hope other people in the chat with a perspective can weigh in. And I think the degree to which you can sort of know thyself and sort of, I don't know, if having compassion for ignorance is there's just I think a certain amount of learning that's happening now, and I'm sorry that your mom doesn't see you for who you are or take you at your word, or um, sorry about that, and I hope anything that I've said has had any value, and I hope other people jump on in. Wow, an hour goes by fast, y'all. So much love. Well, I think it might be time to make one last beat. Whoa, that's too much, man. Sorry if that's too loud. that's a mess. 1 second. Oh no. I gotta start over. This thing is super fun. It's also very what's it called? It's emulating analog stuff, so it's really easy to screw stuff up. And then you just need to start all over again, which has been actually incredibly healthy for me um, to sort of work through some of my perfectionism. All right. Hello.
Hello.
that delay just really makes that not work. Nope. It has been a pleasure, everybody. I so appreciate everybody's enthusiasm and kindness and contribution, vulnerability. Thank you, everybody. Inky Horror, thanks for stopping by. It has been joy, and until next month, I will see you around the internet. Please do feel free to, tweet me, DM me, email me at zach@uplift.is. I try to make time to get back to folks, but it has been a real delight to hang out with y'all and make some sweet beats. I will see you the first Sunday of next month and every day on focused.af. Yeah. Drop the mixtape. Yo, maybe. Of this, of Self-Care Sunday today, and maybe each month there's a little mixtape. Oh wow. That's a whole idea. That's a good idea. I might make that happen. I need to see how difficult this new job is first. But such a joy, such a pleasure, such an honor. Until next month, much love, everybody. Happy Self-Care Sunday. Peace. Except for the button that I have to press to stop the stream.